G'day, Trevor Holmes here from Victorian Inland Charters, based in the Evinrude district of Victoria. We're here at Lake Tolondo. We're based here and we target trout and redfin. We're on the water probably 4 to 5 days a week, and yeah, the Evinrude is our choice of motor. I chose an Evinrude to put on this polycraft, one because they're a fairly weighty hull, but the Evinrude I was getting the whole shot out of on a previous boat. You had a very good experience with Evinrude motors, and yeah, it was a no-brainer to choose Evinrude for this boat. And so far I've had over 5,000 hours out of this motor, and very minimal time off the water, and that is the key for me, is time on the water. People come here to do charters, not to worry about what's going to go wrong with the motor. So the reliability, economy, the lack of noise, and that's one of the most common comments that I do get from my customers, is people, they'll get on the boat, I'll start the boat up, we start to move, and they say, gee, these 4-strokes are quiet. And I have to say to them, have a look down here, there's an oil reservoir underneath. This is actually a 2-stroke. So that's one of the key features of the Evinrude for those people who are in the market for a new motor. Yeah, well, this charter boat actually travels around Victoria, and we operate on Lake Eildon at times, which can be very rough. Even some of the local Wimmera lakes here can be very rough and chop up pretty nasty at times. And look, this motor has never let me down. It's been fantastic. It'll just punch through anything that we want to put it through. We're working around obviously trees and rock bars and stuff like that. So I can rely on this thing all day, every day, because it starts first go. It never lets me down. Look, some of the key things with owning an E-TEC, I guess the low running noise is critical for us, because out here in a country environment, you do get a lot of feedback noise from the motor. With the E-TEC, we don't seem to get it. You can hear everything in the surroundings, and people will remark on that all the time, how quiet they are. The efficiency of the motors are just fantastic. I mean, we can run all day on a single tank of juice, and that's not a problem. We can troll all day. The good thing with the trout that we chase, and some of the cod, yellow belly, fish like that, they're very shy fish, and this motor is not putting out too much noise, both below the water and above the water. So that's why we go with E-TEC. Yeah, look, I guess one of the key issues with us with the Evinrude is if there is ever any parts needed for it, not that we've needed them, it's only ever been service parts that we've required here, that they are readily available. They come out of Melbourne or out of Brisbane, and they're here within days if you do need anything. So that's a very good point for some of the other brands. You may wait weeks and weeks for parts to come in from overseas, but the Evinrude are always in stock, and yeah, very prompt. Okay, some of our days here will start very early, first light in the morning. We travel out on the lake, through the trees, around to our favourite spots where we fish. One of the key things, I guess, with the E-TEC is we can trial on that motor quite easily. It'll bring us down to the speeds that we require to be able to troll for trout, for redfin, for bass, for yellow belly, for cod. So that's the good thing, we can bring it right down. Just clicked into gear, we'll get the correct speed, and we can vary that from there. Other times we will go on an electric motor, but most times we're on the E-TEC because it is quiet and the fish don't spook from it. Okay, anyone who is in the market for a new motor, I strongly recommend the E-TEC because they're very reliable, they're very quiet, they're economical. You can use them in fresh water, you can use them in salt water. They won't let you down. My key with the Evinrude is I can jump in that boat, I've got customers there, I can turn the key and I know it's going to start. They won't let you down. We're about to go and hit the water. Come along with us and see what we can catch. Let's go.